welcome to the back office. Today I've been at a Carboot sale, and as I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, there's very few remaining in the year, so I really spent a lot of time asking people prices for lots of random things because I really wanted to make sure I came away with a few bargains. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about a vacuum cleaner. Not very exciting, but we all have them. And this is a vacuum cleaner called a Kirby. And this is one of our existing vacuum cleaners we use in the house. It's very heavy. It's called a Series G Ultimate. It has here on the back a switch, a bit like a car, with a drive and neutral because it actually can pull itself backwards and forwards as you push it. And I always liken these to be a bit like the Land Rover of vacuum cleaners. You can see there's very heavy duty fittings. You can unwind bits and bobs, and there's heavy duty drive belts. You can change the parts yourself. All like die cast metal pieces. It's a very heavy duty thing. I mean, these are really designed for life. Now, a little bit about the Kirby company is that it was formed in the US, I think 1915, or it started in 1915, became the Kirby company in 1935. And they sell these in the US as sort of door-to-door sales, and they do the same in the UK, although I picked mine up on eBay with all the accessories. And the reason I've got my vacuum cleaner out, because I just want to show you it, you get these sorts of vacuum cleaners, and they because they're so flexible, you can fit a number of accessories to them. So I'll just show you some of those. So, as per standard, you have the wand for doing the stairs. We're used to those. And then you get a little caddy, and the caddy's full of all sorts of weird things. So, for example, this bit jammed in here. This is a handle that you can clip onto the vacuum cleaner, so you can remove this big handle and then use it as a portable. And then there's various polishing heads and heads for getting in nooks and crannies, and I don't know what this is for, maybe sucking up liquids, adapters to give you the variable suction on your tube, carpet shampooers, all sorts of things. And when I say carpet shampooers, I'm not joking. There really is. So I have a big bag here of all sorts of other parts. Vacuum cleaner bags, spare drive belts. I think this is a polishing head. Yeah, you can see. This is a polishing head with this is a carpet shampooing attachment. Inside here we've got paint sprayer. There's all sorts of bits and bobs. So when they go to sell these, they'd expect you to fork out like a couple of grand for one of these, because they'd sell you all the accessories. So if you're lucky, go on eBay, you'll be able to pick one up for a few £100. Now they're very heavy. I mean, this is a monster of a machine. I don't know what the weight is, but I'd say it's probably at least 15 kilos. But it'll last you a lifetime, and they're quite fun to have. Right, so today at the Carboot sale I found a Kirby, and I paid for it the princely sum of £5. Yes, £5, and it's here behind me. It's a 1981 model, so that makes it by my reckoning to be about 34 years old, in blue. And this also comes with all the accessories. So before we get into that, I'll just show you. The accessories come again in a similar sort of box. So this is the polishing carpet shampooer head. Now you notice these are actually all made of metal rather than the plastic of the modern ones. Some other attachment for something else, who knows what. The carpet shampooer, again, as I say, made of tin and metal and die cast materials. Something called a Kirby handy waxer, so it's some sort of wax dispenser for polishing your wooden floors. And a little bit like the caddy of the modern plastic system, you have this display box that you would hang on the wall rather than the plastic box and thing. And again, it's a bit worse for wear, but the items are fine. You've got your paint sprayer, spare drive belts, same weird thing that we don't know what that's for, your various 90-degree bend for your handles, parts for your shampooer, And this one's got some neat thing here. I don't even know what this is. It looks to me to be like some sort of felt floor polishing pad. And of course your thing for inflating, because remember Kirby's can blow as well as suck, inflating your inflatable mattress. Or perhaps I need it now with my cold for sucking out that mucus. So brilliant. So all in all we got that thing. So £5 for an entire set with all the accessories. Now admittedly it is over 30 years old, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, look at the quality of this hose. Metal. When did you ever see one made out of metal? This looks like it lasts forever. Spare bags. Now, the unit, oh by the way, the unit's far lighter. It doesn't contain the automatic drive transmission in it, so this is brilliant. You can carry this one around without getting a hernia. Now, I'll hold it up to the camera so you can see there's a little bit of surface corrosion on it. So it's lost its shine. It's got a bit of a patina of age that needs to be dealt with. And also this bit's not closing properly because there's a bit of corrosion on here. So what I'm going to do is have a little tidy up here, give it a clean and see how it is after that, and we'll plug it in and see if it's working. So I've got my bleach spray, because it looks like it's a little bit mouldy, like it's been left in the shed, so I'm going to do a bleach spray over it and if necessary give it a little bit of polish, a little bit of grease. Okay, so I've cleaned up the Kirby a lot. I'm not quite there yet because I decided after I cleaned the bag to have a go of testing the motor by plugging it in and turning it on. Now I did try this earlier briefly and the thing was running fine, but now it seems it wants to trip out the fuse in my back office. So what I need to do now is dismantle it a little bit further and see what's gone on. So perhaps some of the cleaning solutions I was using have worked their way inside the main unit. Okay, so now it's naked. You can see power switch, mains input, motor covered in filth. That's pretty much it. These two wires go to the micro switch at the front to detect when there's an accessory connected, and these two heavy wires go to the light at the front, so there can't be too much wrong here. I'm just going to give everything a big clean because it's very dusty. I might try to start it on the bench without the case. Perhaps that's all it's needed, just a good dust, and it might just be work fine after that. I can't believe how light this is. I think the whole thing must be made out of aluminium. It just feels weightless. Amazing. Okay, here we are. You can see here a lot of wires and filth here on the floor. I'm going to run the vacuum cleaner through. You probably won't be able to hear me talking while I do it. And let's see if it can pick this up. Okay, so as you can see, it hasn't picked up these pieces, and that's because the vacuum cleaner has a beta bar and it sits very low to the ground. In fact, I can feel the vacuum cleaner sucking the carpet up into that beta bar, so it's more or less pushing these wire bits. So I'm going to connect the hose pipe attachment. Let's see if we can suck them up with the hose. I'm going to gather them into a little pile here so we can see exactly what it does. So I've just popped off the top with the beta bar. Won't need that. Put the vacuum hose attachment on. Let's go. There you go. No problem at all. So with the beta bar, you can see it sits very low to the ground, so it's unlikely to pick up something like wires, because the carpet actually gets sucked up into the unit here and against that brush. So really, if you've got things like wire casings, use the nozzle attachment and just suck that up the hose. But for all dust and regular grounding filth, sand, stuff like that, this thing is going to be fantastic for it. So if you do find one of these old Kirbys and you're interested in this old heavy machinery, aircraft, aluminium technology, you know, a real blast from the past, considering this is like a 31 years old vacuum cleaner, sorry, 33, 34 years, something like that at least. Very great, you know, great technology. It's lasted that duration. I checked the brushes on the motor while I was in there. Plenty of bite left on them, and I'm sure I could get new brushes on the internet if I needed to. Buy one of these if you just want a vacuum cleaner forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And where else are you going to find a vacuum cleaner that's actually made out of metal these days? Nowhere. So, thanks for watching and good luck on your Kirby quest.